Alrighty, hello guys, welcome you faces back to another Stormworks build and rescue video. Today we are continuing on with the Frantico series, and this is of course our oil tanker. Now in the previous video, we ended up adding this stuff right here, which is actually pretty good. This allows us to fill up the cargo tank. It also allows us to fill up our fuel tank, and it's got pumps in the actual mast itself, which is actually pretty cool. If you want to lower it down, you can actually lower it down. It rests actually pretty nicely right there, which is awesome, and then you can actually lift it back up. If you want to fill up the cargo tank, you attach it to this. If you want to fill up the fuel tank, you attach it to this. And that is how it works, which is absolutely fantastic. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to do some sea trials. So we're actually going to take it out with a full cargo tank and a full fuel tank. And we'll see how it deals with the normal water. We'll see how it deals with 25% waves, 50% waves, 75% waves, and 100% waves, and then we'll start doing it with an empty tank as well. So let's go ahead and start with a full tank, because that's what we've got right now. Let's go upstairs, and we'll see how this goes. Alright, so let's go ahead and start up our engine. There we go, awesome, and let's get going. So this is a full tank of cargo. Obviously it does jump a little bit, which is interesting. And we don't actually have any bow thrusters or anything like that just yet, but we will probably have some of those in the future. Because that's a pretty good idea. But anyway, we're going to continue out into the ocean. Our speed is 12. We don't actually slow down with a full cargo tank, which is unreal, actually. Wait, do we have a full cargo tank? I don't think we do. We might have an empty cargo tank. Yeah, we're actually empty right now. So we're testing it out empty to begin with. That makes sense. We're going to get ourselves past the bridge before we actually do any testing, because that is more open ocean. So we'll get to there, and then we'll start testing. I guess it is going to be an actual test to see if we can get under that too with our mast, because, yeah, we've obviously got a mast. So this is going to be kind of interesting. Alright, so we're actually at the bridge now, and I'm thinking we should, like, realistically, we should really fit underneath this, but, because we're a really, really small ship, to be totally honest with you. This boat is not big. 50,000 liters of fuel is not a lot of liters of fuel, so, yeah. But anyway, we definitely fit underneath this bridge, so there you go. Let's go ahead and start the weather, and we'll see how we deal with it. Okay, so this is currently 25% wind, and there doesn't actually appear to be that many waves. In fact, there isn't really any waves at all, so let's go ahead and instantly raise it up to 50, and we'll see how we deal with that. Alright, here we go. This is 50% waves, and it is actually, like, we can actually see the waves a little bit now, but obviously still not too difficult. The boat does deal with the waves alright at this, yeah, at this percentage, the waves, it is completely fine. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and continue on to the 75%. Here we go. 75%. And how is it dealing with those? Okay, this is where things get a little bit interesting. So we are actually currently surfing a wave. Let's go ahead and do some turns as well, because that is testing. So let's turn in the waves. Remember, we have, like, no active stabilization in this thing. So if we tip over, we should probably end up tipping over. Here we go. Oh, God. Okay, well, we bounced out of the water there. We are empty, of course, so that makes sense. But we're actually pretty stable in 75%. So let's move on to 100. All right, 100% waves. Here they are. Here's 100% waves. And I actually think this ship is extremely stable. And I don't think the wind is actually going to deal with it. So as you guys can see, I'm traveling forwards. The actual exhaust on our ship is also traveling forwards. That's how much wind there is. So yeah, that's really weird. Let's go ahead and turn ourselves sideways. See how we deal with that. It actually is completely fine. That's awesome. Go ahead and turn ourselves around a little bit more. And yeah, the ship actually deals with the waves and the wind really well when it's empty. So there you go. Also, it flies. Cool. Alright, so we can actually deal with 100% waves, but what if we aren't actually moving? Let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. So we're not moving. The ship is just going to get hit by waves, and we'll see how it deals with that. I think that it should actually deal with it pretty well. Obviously, we don't have any anchors right now to anchor us down, but we are actually completely fine, which is awesome. Right, so what I'm thinking now is we actually spawn a tsunami, and we see how it deals with that. So here we go. I don't know which direction the tsunami comes from. I believe it's behind us. Yeah, it is. So we're going to start ourselves up. Here we go. Alright, we're going to turn it around, and we're going to head to the tsunami. I'm actually pretty impressed with this ship's speed. Obviously, we're heading straight into the wind now. We're actually doing 12, 11, 15. I mean, we're not doing too bad. We are really not doing too bad. So there you go. But anyway, we're going to have the big bad waves on while we actually go into the tsunami. I think this is actually going to go alright. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. Alright, let's make sure we go straight into it. From first person, this ship actually looks really, really skinny, but I like it. I actually really, really, really like this boat. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue up the massive wave. There's an AI, either boat or helicopter up there. Here we go. So this is where we either get sucked in, because we might. If we are full of cargo, we would get sucked in, but we've actually skirted straight over the top of it, and we might flip over backwards. Oh. Oh, do we survive tsunamis? Oh. I think we do. I think we survived. Yes. Oh, that is epic. This ship is actually not too bad. That's amazing. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go ahead and fill her up with crude oil, and we'll see how that goes. I am actually going to install something else as well. So at the moment, we've got a throttle on one side, but we don't actually have a clutch. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to install a clutch purely for these tests, but actually we might do it as just like a test in the future. Because, I don't know, for a clutch, or to actually clutch in all the time, is super annoying. Yeah, for long journeys. But anyway, let's go ahead and do that. That's awesome. And now we're going to go ahead and fill it up full of fuel as well. So let's go ahead and fill it up full of crude oil. If that's a thing I can do. It isn't. We'll just fill it with diesel. Alright, let's go. Okay, so we're actually going to start off with 25% wind. We've actually got that on right now. That is why we are rocking currently. I don't really like the way up that I've got right here. Like, it's actually quite a challenge to actually get up here. And especially when you accidentally fall down the side. However, you can actually jump up the side, which is interesting. Anyway, let's go ahead and close that up. And we'll go ahead and get in this. Go ahead and press 1. Go ahead and do these two. And off we go. Alright, awesome. We're moving. So, this is currently 25% wind. And it is not affecting the ship whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and turn off the deck lights as well, because we don't really need them on. Alright, I've raised it up to 50%. Obviously, we aren't actually in open ocean yet, but the waves weren't too difficult in open ocean for 50% anyway, so this is actually completely fine, which is very, very nice. As you guys can see, the waves do almost get on the deck, and I believe when we actually get to 100%, the waves will be covering the deck, but because all of our air supply is at the top, our exhaust is at the top, we're actually going to be completely fine, so that's awesome. Alright, I've raised the wind up to 75% now, and we're actually still dealing with it completely fine. The waves are getting very close to covering the deck, but still haven't actually covered the deck yet, which is a good thing. Nice. Alright, you know what? Let's just go for a straight 100. Here we go. 100% wind. Let's see how it deals with that. And it's completely fine. Let's go to the other side of the bridge, and we'll make sure that we actually test it against some bigger waves, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so while we're actually on our way to the bridge, let's have a little look at our speed. Our speed's fine. So, there are a few things that you guys still want me to add to this thing. Now, I've recorded the past 3 videos at the same time, if that makes sense. Well, this one, the one before, and the one before, because I'm actually going away for a bit. But, yeah, so you guys have videos. Anyway, we need to add bow thrusters to this thing, because that is something that could be quite important and actually quite useful. They're probably going to be electric ones, so they're very easy to use and very easy to add. A few of you guys wanted a bulbous bow, but I'm thinking the ship isn't big enough, and actually without a bulbous bow it looks okay, so I don't think we're going to add a bulbous bow. Somebody said about the engines needing fresh water instead of salt water, because obviously we get it from the water right now, and that isn't good, apparently, for the engine, but I don't know how bad that actually is, so yeah, I don't know whether there's a filter or something I can add to it, because that would be pretty cool, but yeah, obviously that is a thing that needs doing. As well as that, we obviously need an interior. I need like a bedroom, and it all actually has to go inside of here, which kind of sucks because I don't have that much room, so we need a bedroom, we need a kitchen, and we need stuff like that, which is kind of annoying because I didn't add that much room for that. However, actually we did add this at the front, so we do have a little bit more room than I think. Yeah, that's good. So those are just a few things that you guys want me to add. If you guys can think of anything else that I should add, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so now we're actually close to the bridge. You can see that the waves are getting a little bit bigger. In fact, they're a lot bigger, and they're actually above my ship if you look that way. So, yeah, how does it deal with that? Well, the water gets on the deck. Obviously, at the back, you can see it on the deck, and it flows through our ship, but that's kind of what happens in real life. We need to make sure we don't hit the hit the supports to the bridge as we go through, so let's just make sure we get through there. And then we'll test this thing out against the tsunami while it's full of crude oil. Or actually, diesel in this situation. Alright, tsunami's inbound. Let's go ahead and get ourselves pointing in the right direction. We can actually fight the waves in terms of actually turning while the wind is full, which is awesome as well. And yeah, here we go. I actually think we've done a pretty good job with this boat. It actually carries the right amount of fuel that we wanted. It's not too big. It's not like massive. We can actually add all of the rooms that we want to add. For example, a bedroom, a kitchen, and also like a lounge area. That will all be added, which is awesome. And that'll be added in the future. But I love this thing. It's so cool. Oh, something else that you guys wanted to add as well was bilge pumps. Now, I can add automatic bilge pumps. That is something that I will do in the future as well. So we will make sure we do all of those things. And hopefully we can do it so that it works quite well. But yeah, no, what we've got so far is awesome. Alright, so this is where we get sucked into the tsunami, but I think we'll be fine. Here we go. Yeah, the tsunami's going over our deck, but only a little bit. Only like, oh no, quite a lot actually at the back. But once we get over the top of this, yes. Alright, we will land on our, oh my god. It survives tsunamis even better when it's full. That's awesome. That is so cool. This thing is epic. Yeah, nice. Alright, cool. We've got a ship that actually works, and it works really well. So that's good. That's actually really good. Nice. Awesome. Alright, well anyway, this was the testing video. In the next one, we'll probably add some interior. We need to do that. We need to add heaters, we need to add bilge pumps and stuff like that as well. So let's make sure we do that in the next one. Yeah, awesome. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I hope you guys really like this tanker. I think it's pretty cool myself. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.